welcome to Driving Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the podcast where we talk about 2 movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get into today's movie, I want to talk to you about our Patreon. If you head over to patreon.com/Driving Double Feature Podcast, got fun games, fun conversations, all for $5 a month. And guess what? You help a couple of friends out so we can keep having conversations, because the only way we can talk is through your Patreon. So if you want to break up friendships, go ahead. Don't pay the Patreon. That's just that. That's all I'm saying. But getting into today's movie, we are talking about White Heat from 1949. Really quickly, let me make sure we haven't covered this actor before, or this director before, but we have covered the actor, James Cagney. Yes. If you remember, we did Angels with Dirty Faces. You talked to me about that one all the time.
Yeah, well, that's the little tough guys or whatever, right?
Yep, the little tough guys, exactly. And he actually gave a really good history on them. No, the little tough guys don't return in this one. But this is Cagney back after a bit of a break after that. So he was a very popular movie star, but he always had trouble with studios. And he actually went off and started his own film studio for a little bit. And guess what? It didn't work out. Those movies were flops. So this is his first movie back at Warner Brothers as a way to get some money. And of course, it's a classic gangster movie. So it's set in Compton.
Something he's never done before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, Cagney does not know gangster. So no, honestly, I've heard about this movie for a long time. I've never seen it. It gets brought up a lot in like popular gangster movies, I guess. Well, what about you? Have you heard about this one?
Well, I've seen this one before, yeah.
Oh, this is your second time around. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Oh, fun. Well, what did you think about it the first time you watched it, if you remember?
I liked it. It was really good.
Okay, cool.
Now, have my opinions changed? Well,
we'll have to see. It depends. Did you watch it with a group and they were just like, boo?
No, I watched it with somebody, but not a big group, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, good. So you take the lead, Ryan. I'm going to take a nap really quickly while you set up. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? Oh, man. But no, this movie starts off with a really cool robbery scene. It is a train robbery, and this whole group, Cagney and a bunch of other criminals, it's really action oriented, surprising for 1949. There's stunts in this one. Even though, did you notice, because there's a part where one of them has to stand on top of a train tunnel. When the train passes through the tunnel, he jumps onto the train. Did you notice that there was like a not a mattress, but just some kind of safety pad there that he lands on? It's pretty clear.
I know, I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice that? Oh my God. No, it's I saw it and I thought it was funny.
I thought he actually fell out of the building.
I'm sure he would have. I back in those days, it was fine.
Tom Cruise would have fallen. He would have jumped right onto the pavement.
Oh yeah, he would have easy. He would have broken both of his ankles and would have kept filming the scene. But no, I think this scene's a lot of fun because it's just how everything can go wrong in a robbery. It's that classic trope where they get on the train and the conductors don't want to work, and then one person yells his name. So it's like, okay, well, you guys know, and his name's Cody. Everybody knows my name, so I'm gonna have to kill you. But when he kills somebody, he accidentally puts on the steam and scalds this guy's face off. Well, not face off, but just partner. Completely gone. Yeah, his partner, who he's supposed to be like best friends with.
I was like, he doesn't really seem to mind that people know his identity, because then he just gets to kill them, because he's just
yes.
It's not. He's just like, oh, now you know my name, eh? Just shoots him.
Yeah, it's like a free opportunity. It's like, hey, my name's Cody. Now that you know my name, you're gonna have to die.
I did ask for your name.
Yeah, see, and that's what's fun about this movie. I've heard James Cagney in this movie get compared to the Joker, which I actually see it quite a bit. He is just like the epitome of like evil and crazy all mixed in the one. And he's white hot. He will just like get angry over any little thing. He is a bad guy. Like it's like very, very in your face how bad this guy is.
Yeah, he has no problem that being completely evil, and not only that, but not only his mother is also uh completely evil as well too.
Yeah, and has passed it down to his son because she will protect him at every step and kind of knows all these things. I thought that was what really fun about her character was like she's almost a part of this heist. She tells Cody like, "Hey, this is what you do whenever you need to lay low, and I don't think this is the best thing." And I saw the coppers following me on the way home. That kind of deal, which I think is which I think is a lot of fun to have that. And him and his mom have a really weird relationship too, because I guess when he was a kid, he would fake bad headaches to get attention from his mom. So bad that he actually got real headaches, and now he has these horrible headaches, which that's a little far fetched. That's
That's a little
insane.
silly.
Yeah. And I mean, like, whenever he gets these headaches, he's on the floor, like crying, holding his head, screaming.
Yeah, well, because he has one and he goes like he just like he gets like really mad too, and he gets super angry and like goes and collapses on the floor, and they're just like him and his gang are just like completely normal to it. They're just like, oh yeah, he's just having one of those episodes.
Yeah, exactly. But what happens is after this crime, things once again go wrong and they leave early. And but they end up getting chased by the cops, and guess what they pull into to hide out? A drive-in movie theater. That's where they hide out for a little bit. Him, his girl, and his mom. And his girl, of course, is like, "I'll wait for you, Cody. I'll wait
What
for
movie do
you."
you think was playing?
I don't know. Was did it even show a screen? I
Uh,
don't think I don't know. What I don't know what year it was.
Oh,
Um
1949. So I don't know what would have been playing then. Maybe like they did like a re-release of Best Years of Our Lives or something like
oh
that.
yeah. No, they were watching Art House. They were
Yank.
watching the Red Shoes. Uh
Oh, okay. Or like Yankee Doodle Dandy, and they're like, wait, that guy's a great actor.
I hate that guy. He looks just like me. Everybody says it. I hate it. And he sings and dance. I don't sing and dance. Let me tell you. Which Yankee Doodle Dandy is a great movie, by the way. Great performance
It
from
is,
him.
it is a great movie. Yes.
Um, but yeah, so his scheme is that so he doesn't get the chair, he ends up confessing for a completely different crime in a different city, a robbery of a hotel. And so he's going to just do a little time in prison for that. And because he confesses for that to that crime, they can't convict him of the other one because why? How could he? Why would he confess to a crime he didn't do? And then if he did it, he wouldn't be there. So there you go. He gets off a little bit easy, but we do have a dual plot line with this movie. It is the storyline of a cop, an undercover cop, going in there to try to get him to confess for that train robbery crime. So it's another one of these movies. I feel like we've seen it before, where Wedlock is one of them, where it's somebody on the inside trying to get some information from a cop. And when it first happened, I was actually a little weary of this plot line. I was like, I don't know, this isn't really going to
Like we've
work.
seen that. I've seen
Uh,
this already. Isn't this a little trite?
yeah, but you know what? It wasn't trite. It was actually I think you start to like their relationship quite a bit as they go along. And that is Hank, and his alias is Vic Pardo. Uh
Mm-hmm.
which convict, which I think is like,
I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, he goes in there and they actually become really good friends, and the build up to it is really good. I think that a good amount of the time is spent in this prison, and kind of like me, I think prison movies are fun. So I actually really like the prison portion of this movie. I don't know about you.
I do too. I mean, I like the part where because he's very James Cagney is very weary of trusting him at all. Like he's just like why are you asking so many questions? Like why are you talking to me so just like and so this guy is having to like prove that he's like no, I'm actually a bad guy. Like, I'm a tough guy. So he's like
Mhm.
having to start fights and everything in the
Yeah.
prison yard just to sort of get on his good side.
Yeah, because it's gonna wear him down. It wasn't gonna be as easy as just being like, I want to be your friend, Cody. So yeah, he ends up fighting a guard, goes to solitary. But I think the big one is that on the other end, somebody's in prison trying to kill Cody. And there's like this part where they're working in a factory and something's about to get dropped on his head. And then Vic comes in and pushes him out of the way and saves his life. And even though Cody is kind of like, what do you want, a medal for that? It's still like you can tell that there's some appreciation there, and they end up getting in on a breakout. And what's fun about the breakout, and I like how the movie did it, is that the police know about the breakout. And so they set up cars, they set up all this technology, like with the RF radio. And guess,
Well, but
oh,
before
go
you
ahead.
get to that part, I do want to mention the scene too where because there we also have like the dueling plot, like like what's going on like outside of prison
Yeah,
when it's him and his mother like starts to suspect that James Cagney, Cody's girlfriend, is having an affair with Big Ed,
that's right. Yeah.
and he, she's just like, oh, like you better break this stuff up. You're like, or like, or I'm gonna tell my Cody or type of thing,
Hmm.
and then she ends up dying, his mother.
Yeah, yeah. She ends up dying, and you don't see it.
You don't see it, but I think it's implied that she was killed.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. I think it said that his girl killed her. Um
Right.
yeah, and like which you find out maybe a little bit later, but the way it's revealed is like a guy comes back from prison or comes back to prison and Cody like does a whisper line down like, "Hey, what happened to my mom?" And then it's this long
When they do like
scene.
the
Yeah, they play
telephone game.
telephone there and then telephone back and then whispers in Cody's ear and he's like, "Dead!" And he goes crazy. Like he's yelling in the middle of the lunchroom about his mother so that they put
Like,
him in a straitjacket.
he's able to take out like five guards, just like KOs them with one punch, each one of them.
Grief of a dead mother, man. It'll mess you up. It'll give you like superpowers to fight prison guards. Um, but
Um,
yeah, he goes absolutely crazy.
next time one of my relatives die, stay back, Nathan.
Okay, yeah, I will stay far away. I don't want to get near. You learn about it at a Starbucks and you're just beating the crap out of people. No, my mom, and he just yeah, that's really funny. Uh but yeah, so that scene I really like. I really like the telephone scene, and then the breakout. I'm a little iffy on how well it's done. So the cops actually get called off because they're like, oh well, he's crazy. We have no reason to. He's not going to be able to break out. Well, actually, a gun ends up in one of the people who wants to escape's hands, and then like Cody asks to eat, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want someone to feed me. Take off this straitjacket." So when they let an inmate take off this prisoner's straitjacket, and then in between all this, hands him a gun, and then yeah, they get out of prison. They escape pretty easily.
Why they would let a prisoner do that is I
Absurd.
don't.
That's absurd. That would never happen. Especially having a prisoner feed him, especially because this was the third time he'd been fed. The other two times he like spit out all the soup and threw it on the ground. Um, Buddy wouldn't be getting another meal. I'm just saying. If I was
Yeah,
if
if I
I
did,
was a guard, wouldn't happen.
I'd be like, no food for you. You have to go to bed hungry.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'll go, Mom, is that you? So to get some flashbacks or something. Um, but yeah, they end up breaking out, and that's actually so we get to see his girlfriend, and then it's kind of revealed like, hey, if Cody finds out that you killed his mom, he's gonna flip even if you run, because she's forced into this affair. Well, I think she at first was willing to the affair. It was just at one point she wanted to run away from Cody, and Big Ed was like, "Hey, if you run away, I'm going to tell him that you killed his mom, and you have to stay, otherwise I will tell him and he will kill you." Which that's pretty dark. It's a dark movie.
And I was rooting for them as a couple. I thought they would
Oh,
be like a really
really?
nice couple. I
Well,
thought. I thought Big Ed would have treated her right.
Well, I think this girl just has a bad taste in men because she run it's actually she's about to run away in the middle of the night, and then Cody shows up like right when she's at the car, and Cody's like, "What's up? You trying to run away? I told you I'd come back one day." Um, and so there's like this big like confrontation, but it takes a little bit. It starts to boil over. And of course, Vic is there, the convict, and he's really undercover. Like this is hardcore undercover, like not even breaking. There's a really good scene where a guy has a plan for a heist, and even Vic is kind of like, I don't know if I trust this guy. So he like
Oh
tests
yeah.
him, which is I don't know, where like he's like wearing the guy's wearing like a fishing hat. And he's like, "What are you fishing for, huh?" And he's like,
Oh yeah, he's like asking like what type of fish were you fishing for, eh? And it's just like what was it, like trout? And he's just like,
I don't
oh,
remember.
that's not the type of fish that would be in this area.
And then Cody's like, "Oh, this guy's good. You're good. No, no, this is a bad guy. This is the guy rolling a heist." I couldn't believe getting out of prison and then trying to get into a heist almost immediately. But Cody's just got a
Uh, you
hunger.
you gotta make use of that time, Nathan. I mean, the shit could hit the fan any minute. You have to make full use.
Yep, you're right. And you know what's crazy? That he loves Vic so much that he plans on splitting all of it 50-50 with him, which is man, that's crazy. I wouldn't expect it of Cody. Just saying.
No. Yeah, I mean, because he's one of the few people that he could trust, and with the whole prison thing too.
Mhm.
It really you can really see like how much he was starting to trust him, and then how much, because we do later, it is revealed that he is a cop.
Yes, yeah.
And Cody is almost like he looks so shattered when
Yeah,
that
he
happens.
does. Yeah, and that's like towards the end of the movie when he's like, "Ah, my best friend in the whole world, a cop." Of course. Yeah, he looks broken. Hey, I should say that Cagney is really fun in this movie. He does a really good job. He's just absolutely crazy. Can go from angry to sad just in a blink of an eye, and it's really well done.
Yeah, I James Cagney is. I mean, you could kind of argue, I guess, sometimes like he does a lot of similar roles, but
Mm.
um, whenever he gets a role that it's really up his alley, he does really well with these types of things. I mean, not to say that he has to play gangsters. I mean, like you said, we talked about Yankee Doodle Dandy, which obviously he's like a real life songwriter.
Yeah.
Then, uh, but this one, it just feels really good. He just has that way of being psychotic and everything, and even in A Public Enemy.
Hmm.
He's just like a straight up monster in some of these movies, but you still like him. He's still
Yeah,
super charismatic.
that's it. It's charisma. Like that's what holds it together because it's a Public Enemy where he shoves like the grapefruit in the woman's face, right? And
Oh
like,
yeah, just like a
yeah,
full on grapefruit, just like
yeah, which is like insane, but you still are like so interested. That's a thing. That's like nowadays I hear people go like, "Oh, I hate watching movies where the main guy's a bad guy. I can't follow this character." And it's surprising to me because we've had movies where the main guy is a bad guy for so long, and it's just an interesting character piece. And that's why he is. I mean, he's just so memorable because he's just absolutely insane.
oh yeah. I mean, I definitely enjoy a movie where the bad guy. I mean, the bad guy is completely charismatic, and you can really enjoy him being bad. And and there's even like a small part of you that's like, oh, I kind of hope he gets away with it
Yeah, a
sometimes.
little. Kind of like the apple. Am I right?
The Who?
Mr. Boogaloo? Come on.
Mr.
I,
Boogaloo, yes, that's
I was
right.
I was hoping that he would make it out in the end. He was wonderful.
He does know what it means to be a master.
Yeah, there we go. See, I'm trying to sneak references in the old episodes as much as I can.
Uh,
Trying to be
uh,
obscure as possible.
You said wedlock, and it took me like a good like couple of seconds to be like, "Oh, which one was that
And
one?"
that's funny because Wedlock we covered this year.
I know.
But yeah, no, I think that whatever. I mean, this is an off topic, but we're over 500. I think we're gonna be at episode 500 soon. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, back to White Heat, episode 400 something. Um, yeah, so they end up going on the what is the big heist at the end? I hate to say it, but I'm like forgetting what they were going for. Oh, that's right. They were hiding in an oil tanker. That's or like a
That's right.
gas tanker. And I love the speech where I think it's James Cagney's like, oh, my mom used to tell me this story about a Trojan horse. And so they empty out a
That's
gas
right. Yeah.
tanker and then they all lay in the gas tanker to go in and they I forget where they go, but they what they do is they get the gas tanker in and then they all flow out for this robbery. But since Vic was a cop, it was all it was a setup.
It's just like, what was his mother telling him? Just like, I'm just gonna read you like the bedtime story about the Trojan horse.
Yeah, yeah, next to like the Odyssey and stuff like that. Just reading these Greek, Roman epics. Um, I don't know.
That's what my mom used to always read me Homer before I went to go to sleep. You know, Homer's the Odyssey. So it
Homer
was
wrote the
also very
Odyssey?
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was Christopher Nolan.
Huh?
He didn't make it. Oh my God. But the movie ends with like a really great like action sequence. But I think the most memorable part of it is just those final moments of James Cagney laughing maniacally and getting blown up in the process.
It's a very entertaining ending because that's probably the most iconic scene from the movie. I mean, that's this isn't this like one of like the most quoted things or whatever, like one of the most famous quotes from a movie is at the end because he kept saying like, top of the world. That's what my mom always said, like, I always wanted to be
Hmm.
top of the world. I want to be the biggest person there is. And he does climb on the oil tanker and he's just like laughing. I mean, he knows he's about to die too, because
Uh-huh.
and then the oil tanker just explodes. That's just how the movie ends with him just getting
Dying.
exploded.
Yeah, there's no like after effect or anything because the Vic gets away pretty easily. Like he runs out of there to the cops. Like nothing really happens to him. Yeah, he blows up and dies. And yeah, I mean this movie is very popular. I think it's in the National Film Registry. I'm sure the AFI has put it on lists. It's on the 1001 movies to watch before you die. So it's just like kind of like one of those important movies. So yeah, White Heat. It was
Yeah.
a lot, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good gangster time.
Again, like you said, one of these types of plots could be seen as very unoriginal. I
Mhm.
mean, at the time, not so much. So,
Yeah, you have to look at it in its time frame.
yeah, I mean, have you seen the plot line where a cop becomes ingrained into like this criminal culture? Yes, but I think this one stands out enough on its own where you get a great performance by James Cagney
Mhm.
and you get really interesting characters and like I said, it's just it's a really I enjoyed it. It's a good movie. I would recommend it.
I'd recommend it too. I think it's a classic for a reason, all for the reasons that you said. Just worth it just to watch for a powerhouse old school performance. But Ryan, remind us, what are we covering on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, we are going to be talking about The Prowler, which is on Tubi right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to watch that one. And if you want to email us, you can email us at driveanddoubleFeaturePodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on many different social media platforms like YouTube. Even though you don't follow over there, you subscribe. But anyway, until next time.
Until next time.